Hi, it's David Tobey again from SoftSlate. With the last video, we got to the point of importing SoftSlate as a project into Eclipse. I want to take that one step further now and actually install SoftSlate and get it up and running within the Eclipse development environment. So just as a reminder, here's where we were. We've got SoftSlate set up as a project right here. And in order to install SoftSlate, one of the first things we're going to need is an empty database. I'm going to use MySQL for this example. SoftSlate also works with Postgres, SQL Server, and Oracle. I'm going to create an empty database called SoftSlate_new. Back in Eclipse, next thing we're going to do is to define a server under the Servers tab here. We're going to point it to Apache Tomcat and ask it to deploy our project, our SoftSlate project, to Tomcat. I'm going to right-click and go New Server. Here I'm going to tell it that it's Apache Tomcat version 6 server. Click Next. Now, previously I've downloaded the Apache Tomcat distribution file as a zip file, and I've extracted that here. And I'm just going to tell Eclipse that that's where the installation is located for Apache Tomcat. That's all you have to do. Now I'm going to just associate the project with this server configuration we're setting up, and that's going to tell Eclipse to deploy the SoftSlate project as an application running under Apache Tomcat. So here we have that server configuration set up. After we're done with this, there's one important thing we're going to need to change. I'm going to right click and open on the server configuration. We're going to open this up. As you can see, by default it's running under localhost and port 8080. Down here under the Modules tab, I want to make a change to one of these settings. So I'm going to highlight that and click Edit. I'm going to unclick Auto Reloading Enabled. When the SoftSlate installer runs, it's going to change some of the properties files to save the database settings, and that's going to have the effect of reloading the application, which we don't want to do here. So now we've gotten to that point. We're going to fire up the Tomcat server. I'm going to fire it up here in debug mode. This gives us a couple nice features. You can set breakpoints in this environment and stop the processing of the SoftSlate application and inspect all the variables in debug mode. You can also make lots of changes on the fly to the Java classes without having to restart Tomcat, which can save quite a bit of time. So here you can see it's firing up Tomcat, it's deploying SoftSlate. We're going to pause this and let that happen. And we're back, and you can see Tomcat is up and running here in debug mode. And now to actually install SoftSlate, we're going to hop over to a browser and just hit the application running under the default port localhost 8080 and using the project's name SoftSlate as the subdirectory. When you hit the application like this, SoftSlate's actually up and running, and it's trying to connect to the database using some default database settings that come with the distribution. When it fails to do that, it'll forward you here to the installation screen. And right here we'll get to define our database settings ourselves. We're using MySQL, and the database name is SoftSlate_new. And enter in the database connection information. A little bit below, I do also have to define an administrative username and password that we're going to use to connect to the admin area. And I'm going to insert some test data just so we have some stuff to play around with. Just click Run Installer, and now SoftSlate is connecting to the database successfully now. It's inserting all the tables and all the settings, the default settings that it needs to get up and running. We'll let that run for a moment, and here now it's successfully finished. We're going to go ahead and we can log into the admin area now. And SoftSlate is officially installed now. It's up and running within the Eclipse development environment. You'll notice that these page loads are a little sluggish to start out with. That's because Tomcat has to spend some effort compiling all the JSP templates for the first time. But as you can see, we can successfully log in to the admin area, and we're ready to go to start developing and start working with SoftSlate. So I hope that's been helpful. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Check out some other videos. We'll take some more steps. Appreciate the time.